Brightside. We're celebrating everything. Each person is bringing a gift that you have within you, like a Christmas gift that we're unwrapping.
That's right.
We're going to skip over to our next speakers. It's double duty, and they're coming to tell us, if you're looking for a way to be healthier, just small little tweaks that you can do to your lifestyle and improve your life, your health, and your longevity, then Sara and Ross are here to tell us about it. I'm going to start the timer. Y'all have about 15 minutes, and I want to hear all about it. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So excited to be here. So we'll kind of start at the beginning. So we didn't know each other when we started, but we both became personal trainers back in 2013. And we both started working for Equinox, which is a very known gym. He was in Manhattan, I was on Long Island. And we ended up starting our careers at the same time, but I was working for about a year before I ended up moving out east. My grandfather was in his 90s and he needed a buddy. So I said, I'll move to the Hamptons, no problem. Picked up, moved out here and started over. I ended up working for a couple different clubs before starting my first company, which is Hamptons Wellness on Wheels. So we have a cute van with our logo on it and it's filled with equipment. So we go to people's homes. We bring equipment if they don't have it. We teach outdoors. We teach at different stores. We do pop-ups and it just kept progressing over time. And 3 years ago, Ross and we met back. I was working for Equinox, then moved out here, then was craving energy of Manhattan, started working part-time in the city where we both met at Camp Mariah. Mariah Carey owns a camp for inner city children. And we were there for Fitness for Career Week. And we ended up teaching Capture the Flag together. And 3.5 years later, now he's out east. And we work for Hamptons Wellness on Wheels together. And throughout the pandemic, we started our online brand because when he first moved out, I wanted to teach online, but I had so many clients and clubs that I was working for. And we kept saying, we wish we had time. And then we had it, as all of us did. And that ended up bringing us to our LIFTSWEAT method that we had created.
Yeah, so our LIFTSWEAT method was created of the concept of like, there's so many different elements of health out there, and there's so many different styles of training. So you have your athletes that are playing their sport, you have the gym rats that are doing their strength training, every day and night. You have your runners, you have your yogis that are really improving their flexibility and all of that. And what we notice is that there's so many different benefits of the different styles of training. So, for somebody who's just going to the gym and lifting weights all of the time, maybe they're neglecting the benefits of cardiovascular training that runners are doing or athletes are doing. They're also maybe neglecting improving their flexibility and their mobility and their ability to just perform daily activities or move around. Or maybe they're just living in some discomfort because they're tight all of the time. So our LIFTSWEAT method, which is our online training program, what we've done is we've tried to incorporate as many different health benefits that you would get across the spectrum of working out. So it's going to include your strength gains. It's going to include, flexibility. It's going to include the benefits of breath work. So that's sort of where that was born out of. We both bring something different to the table. She's got more of the group fitness background. I've got more of the athletic background. She's done a lot more with pre and postnatal. I do have some training in that. So part of our business model, not just with our online stuff, but also our in-person, is that we do customize personal training. So depending on what our clients are most looking for, we can kind of cater it to them. So she works a lot with pregnant, newly
New
pregnant
mommies.
moms.
Or returning mothers.
I've been doing a lot with tennis athletes in the area and just sort of breaking down, for those that have played sports, even in my day, it was just playing the sport all of the time. And there wasn't as much emphasis on hitting the gym and strength. And there wasn't emphasis on the necessary footwork needed to accomplish your best at the sport. So that was something that I kind of found was lacking in my life growing up. So I've started to sort of bring that to the next generation of athletes out here. So, but we wanted to kind of touch base on, if you guys have any overall fitness or health questions, but then also just the pre and postnatal.
Yeah.
That's something that's become even more relevant in our personal lives lately. As we said in the intro, I'm a new uncle. She's a new aunt. So it's a very exciting times. We know how joyous of an occasion it is whenever, someone's born. So it's, and then also as we were kind of talking it's an event for the whole family and making sure that everyone is preparing for the new child and the joy that they bring in our lives.
Yeah. So about a year and a half ago, I decided to get prenatal certified because my closest friend on the planet was pregnant. And I've been training everybody and I never found that niche. And when I was teaching group fitness, I would always have some pointers for people that were in my class that were depending how far along they were, I would give them restrictions. But that's just what opened up my can to prenatal training, which is my absolute favorite because mainly I've been training more new mothers. My 10 a.m. tomorrow is returning mother. She's getting ready for baby number 2. But normally I'm with someone who's never had a baby before. They don't know what to expect. They're scared to exercise. They want to get strong. And the coolest part of prenatal is the new mommy ADLs or new daddy or new grandparents, and that's your activities of daily living. So for example, we have a crib reach. It's basically a hinge. Like if you're going to put the baby in the crib, that's a hinge. So we want to prep that movement pattern before you have the baby. So this way, when it's 2 a.m. and you have to put that baby after no sleep in the crib, your body is prepped for that perfect movement. Because even as a personal trainer and prenatal certified, when I hold my godson, I'm like, oh my God, my back. Oh my God, my biceps, so it's just setting up those movement patterns. So when it's time and you'll be tired, you're successfully moving throughout all of your activities. A big thing I learned from prenatal training, which works for every single person here, which I will teach a little demo in a little bit. It's just breath work, but it's called 360 breathing. So it's diaphragmatic breathing that you end up being able to engage your core as a whole. And I'll explain that in a little bit. And it's just like a certain technique. You have to kind of visualize it, but I have not had a baby and I'm not training for a baby right now, but when I ride my cycling bike, I 360 breathe and my core is so much stronger from it. So there's so many techniques for everybody who's going to be around a baby because you want to make sure your core is strong. You want to make sure that you're ready physically to hold the baby up, to bath time kneel, to comfortably give a baby a bath, because that's super taxing, So what we do with training is different movements to get you ready there. And one of my favorites is called LIT training. It's labor intensive interval training, which all the new moms in my life, friends, family, I gift free prenatal training besides my regular clients, but it's like my favorite gift for everyone. And my sister-in-law, who had little baby Malachi, who we're going to finally visit next month, with prenatal training, it's that 360 breath, or with the LIT training, excuse me. I mentioned stretch out your sports bra for the new moms, or basically expand through your rib cage and then drive your navel in. So when we do LIT training, we do an exercise where we get your heart rate up, we practice your breath work. So when you're in the hospital giving birth, it's when you're done with those contractions, how to recover from that. So when I was training her, I kept saying, stretch your sports bra out, draw your navel in. So she's told me while she was in labor, she kept thinking, I gotta stretch my bra out. She was not wearing a sports bra, but I love that it was able to go with her in the act And when it's so exciting. So where are people to talk to you about it, how to get you pumped, how to move properly. And excuse me for my text, but it's really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, just like what Sara was saying is I think the important thing is creating some good habits and getting ahead of the game. So, when the baby comes, obviously we know, I apologize.
I apologize. I'm trying to quit it.
So we know when the baby comes, like there's a lot less sleep for everyone. And we're really what the purpose of pre and postnatal training is developing habits early so that by the time the mother's giving birth or after the child is born, that they don't have to think about things as much and they're just automatically used to doing it. So a lot with new mothers is how can we keep them healthy and safe, as they're going through this process. So we know that as a mother goes through her pregnancy, certain trimesters, she's going to have an increase in energy. There's going to be trimesters where their joints are a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like little
elasticity.
Yeah, there's more elasticity in that. So it's just making sure that each process, they know what to expect, so that they can give the best possible birth. And then like what we were also discussing earlier too, is like my parents, they just became grandparents for the first time in their life. And like, that was even something where, as a new uncle, I was concerned for them, making sure that they're staying healthy, because it's been a really long time since they've crawled on the ground with me and my siblings. Yeah. Like it's been
30
many
years later.
And, that's not just something that they typically do on a daily basis. And it's going to be a big lifestyle change for them. So making sure, how much do they get up and down off the floor, which I think is one of the most valuable things out there. You never really want to lose that ability. So just kind of breaking that down into different components, like how are their leg strength? Do they have the ability to go into good knee flexion and extension, so that they can get up and down? Are they bracing their core? My dad has had back surgery in the past, so a lot of considerations with that, and just seeing how important it is to him to be there for his grandson, is a strong motivating factor to make he's very motivated right now to be like, okay, I gotta anticipate what his grandson is going to be doing in a few years. Now is the time to start working out. Now is the time to start building that strength in the legs and core so that he can be there and play for his grandson. Shall we try doing a brief
yeah, I'm so sorry for the noise, everybody. I keep telling my girlfriends to stop. So let's do a little practice. We'll do an exercise. It's called 360 breathing. So you could use your hands or just visualize, but I want everybody to sit up nice and tall. Place your feet on the floor. You're going to roll your shoulders back and just find a cleansing breath to start. So inhale through your nose, fill up your chest, exhale as you drive your navel in. So I want you to pull your belly button to your spine, deep breath in, lifting the chest, and exhale, drive your navel in. While you're doing this, I want you to think about every part through in your rib cage, you're pulling into the center. So side to side, front and back. On your exhale, we lift our chest, we expand as much as we can. If you're wearing a bra, stretch that bra out. And you exhale as you pull everything into the center, including your belly button to your spine. A good way to get a little more fire through your core is pretending you're blowing up a balloon. Inhale through your nose, blow out like you're blowing up a balloon. Pull everything into the center. When you have a baby, so if you are training for prenatal, your rectus abdominis. So when you do crunches or most core exercises, the big core muscle, the one that you can get your six pack with, that's your rectus abdominis. That when you pull in, drive in, you're engaging. That helps push the baby out. That navel drawn in at the bottom, how you pull in, that's activating your pelvic floor, and your transverse abdominis, that's that muscle that goes side to side in the front of your body. So really drawing in is the only way to activate it. So with this, The navel in will help guide the baby out for a safer pregnancy. And just finding that breath you could use in every class. You can go for a walk. I have one client before we train, she goes for a walk with her baby and we're training for her next. And she does 360 breathing while she's walking, enjoying the neighborhood. And it's something that you could do easily, even at work. If you're feeling your back hurts, maybe you need a stronger core. So besides just training for a baby, something as simple as that breathing technique goes a long way.
Yes.
Yeah. Any questions?
Yes. We like questions.
Yeah. We got 20 seconds.
Wonderful. Where were you years ago?
I'm here now.
I did do strong breathing exercises, and I know the value of that. And just for the focus of it, to focus on the breathing instead of the pain. And that helped a lot. I can totally see how getting your body ready, but learning how to bend over and bathe your baby, and there's so much there, and I'm so glad. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know that Brightside Global Trade is very blessed to have your advice for all of those that are getting ready for parenthood and motherhood and birthing.
Never would have heard it said that you would learn this on our Zoom network, but it's important to know. And you know, birth and life is so amazing. So I want to thank you for that. But I have something a little. What do you do for muscle soreness? Any technique or particular tool that works out? I mean, I work out a lot, and I can't avoid this muscle soreness. I tell you, you know, but it's not going to stop me from working out. But I'm just looking.
Never,
I would say, I mean, the biggest thing is when we work out, we are actually breaking down muscle tissue. So if you think about it, after your workout, you are actually weaker than you were when you started that workout. So really where the real progress comes in is everything you do after the workout in terms of replenishing your systems and building that muscle tissue back up. So that's where, you know, just as important as the workout is, it's what you do afterwards in terms of proper nutrition, hydration. I would say sleep is one of the biggest components of seeing the benefits of your workout. That is often something that people think like, oh, I hit the gym really hard, now I'm done. But really,
foam rolling.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, foam rolling is good for reducing stress, but reducing soreness. But I honestly would say making sure you're getting enough sleep goes probably the biggest in terms of reducing soreness the next day. But unfortunately, like, you're probably going to be a little, you're probably going to be a little sore the next day.
I'm just trying to get ready for ski season.
Good.
You know, I just don't want to be in pain, but it's okay. I mean, many friends of mine, they just pop a Tylenol or something like that.
Foam roll.
I'm trying not to do that.
Foam roll, eat a lot of protein. You can do a little bit of stretching. Make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
Right.
I was going to ask that. Good sleep. How much is good sleep? 7 to 8.
7 to 8 hours typically.
It's hard to get.
It's not always the easiest to get, but I mean, really, that's your body's opportunity to kind of restore everything. So
Do you emphasize drinking water?
Yes,
absolutely. So, you know, I always drink water before my workout. I'm sipping water as I'm working out, and then definitely the whole rest of the day, trying to stay hydrated. I know I don't want to be too graphic, but it's like you want your waste to be clear. So if you're using the restroom, number one, and there's a lot of yellow tint to it, you're already dehydrated. Or if you find yourself thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So, you know, I apologize for the plastic water bottle, but I always have water with me, and I'm sipping it throughout the day. So,
is there an amount that's the recommended amount of water?
So some people say like 8 glasses by 8.
Yeah.
So, or your body's weight in ounces.
Right.
So I think it depends. if you say you're sitting in meetings all day, you can't race to the restroom. So having different beverages like coconut water that's a great filled with electrolytes. Another good way to get hydrated if you don't want to just have water all day, if that disrupts anything. But usually 8 glasses by 8.
Yeah.
And that's assuming you're going to bed later than 8.
Great rule of thumb. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Very good.
Yeah, we love the questions. So if we have time, keep
Right. What is the most rewarding part of your job?
Yeah, so honestly, one of the first things I do when I work with a client one-on-one is I figure out what their why is. So I have so many people that come to me and say, like, I want to lose weight or I want to put on muscle mass, whatever it is. But every single time I sit down and have a conversation with them, I ask questions to understand that it goes a lot deeper than that. So, a lot of times, like if I'm working with an athlete and stuff, it becomes even more emotional than that, because like, say they want to, get a scholarship for, a basketball school. But like I try to dig in a little bit deeper. A lot of times I'll find out it's like something where it's like, it was something that they played with their dad when they were a kid, and maybe their dad's not around anymore. So it's like sort of something that they do. That's a bit of an extreme example, but just getting to know the person and really understanding why they're spending time with me each day when they could really be doing anything, and then setting tangible goals and accomplishing that goal back to their original why is the reason that we do this, because just to feel like you're helping somebody, not just physically, but just, in all capacities of their life, is just the most rewarding thing. I've had people say their confidence has gone up because they feel better about themselves because they're seeing physical improvements, and they've taken a stand and asked for a promotion at work, or they got the courage to ask someone out and it worked out for them, or maybe it didn't, but just to kind of see how it translates into all elements of their life. Like that's what makes me excited to get up every morning and work with everyone.
You are, to borrow a brilliant person's book title, helping people to keep their eye on the prize.
Yeah,
Yes,
true.
yes.
Very much so.
And that's very rewarding. It's rewarding. Your prize that you're keeping your eye on is helping other people keep their eye on the prize. And it is rewarding. And that's such a gift. And in this season, a Christmas gift that you're unwrapping for people. And that's amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of Brightside Global here tonight. And thank you for all that you're doing in the lives of the people that you work with.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Listen, I want to take this minute. It's Brightside Global Trade TV. And don't forget to subscribe. And we really want to engage with all of our audiences, and also thank Kenneth for his insights also with keeping our eyes on the prize. So we commend you all, and we encourage you all to stay and do all the right things to remain healthy and focused and in good mental states of mind. So wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
And I want to thank Kenneth for being a sponsor. He's a quiet, shy sponsor, but he is a sponsor tonight as well. So thank you for that. We can't do things without sponsorships. So keep your eyes on the prize, and show the book again, available everywhere, and a must read this holiday. And it's a gift that you could give someone and talk about saving their lives as well. Thank you so much.
Great idea. Listen, everybody go get a copy and give it for a Christmas gift.
Yes. And Dia has a book too. Dia, where's your book?
Oh, yes, I do. By the way, I have a couple of them, but the one that I got is my cookbook. it's recipes and stories from the Bear in York. I owned a tea room in the North Georgia mountains. And when I was closing, because we were moving to North Carolina, people were, but how can I get your Greek egg salad? And I went, buy my cookbook. And yes, do you have a testimony about my cookbook, Elizabeth? You want to share?
I actually tried her asparagus soup, and it has peas in it. Ooh, a secret ingredient, which I didn't know. So when I tried it, it was a fantastic combination. So thank you so much. The recipes are just so easy. And especially since she owned a tea room and you want to entertain this holiday season and really, you know, throw it down, you really want to get that book. So yeah, but we're giving prizes. Priscilla, you want to announce the prize? And Priscilla's coming back to show you some amazing jewelry.
Today,
Oh, there you go. Ta-da!
this is the prize to give away for tonight.
Woo woo. So everybody who's on our show tonight is going to be able to enter to win this prize. Yay!
And for the men, you could give it to your wife.
And for the men, we have a Bird Bees rescue ointment, and this is really fabulous. We've been using a lot of it, so you have that as well. So 2 prizes. And for those of you watching, everybody who's watching, we will be giving you 2 VIP tickets, as well as, I didn't say this before, but we'll be giving you announcements about a lot of corporate giveaway prizes as well. So you don't want to miss my email, because it's going to give you some really good stuff for you to get for this holiday season. So over to you. And don't forget to subscribe, brightsideglobaltrade.org.
Okay, let's keep it moving.